The Tabletop TV program is for mature audiences only.
Okay, cameras are rolling. We're live in 3, 2...
Thanks for tuning in to Tabletop TV.
Welcome back to Tabletop TV, the only TV channel that dares to ask the question, who am I if I ain't even who we was? Last time, the Grand Parade marched out from the little town of Tobin, zigzagging across the fields of Limbus, jumping from prairie town to country hamlet, all the while celebrating the selection of the new songstress Lily Tillman, and of course, her entourage. After a few days, the Games of the Seers commenced, a series of 3 games, each run by a different seer, partially for celebration and sport, but also partially as an audition process for would-be adventurers to join the party of Lily Tillman on her quest. The first game was run by Providence the Wise and was a game of riddles and puzzle solving. Both Tulpa and Marianne passed with flying colors, while Larder confidently and incorrectly answered Friday. Next was a game of survival and navigation run by Dominion the Strong, where participants had to navigate through the woods to reach the next town the parade was headed towards. Tulpa utilized a magical backdoor I, as a GM, completely forgot about to exit the woods and score first place, while Marianne deftly navigated out of the woods second. Unfortunately, Larder was bested by a man named Grimbus Beerwout, who apparently is the descendant of an ancestral enemy to the Gillhooley family Larder had never heard of, bringing shame to his entire bloodline. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Tabletop TV. I'm your host and game master for this evening, Reed B, and with me, as always...
I'm Colton, and I'm playing Tulpa, the Dreamling.
My name is Borb, and I'm going to be playing Larder Gillhooley, the Cockard.
Put your full legal name out there. That's crazy.
That is crazy. I called you Rob because I thought that was like your screen name for this, and then I was like, no, it is Borb.
This happens a lot in my D&D games. People are like, go attack Borb. Oh shit, sorry, that's your real person name. I meant attack Imsh.
Just like it's similar levels of absurdity for that person that they're like, was it Grimble or Borb? I don't remember.
It's even worse when I play a character with a name like Jonathan Henry, played by Borb.
Well, I think genuinely, I don't know if I'll leave this in or not. I might because it's funny. But there was one person commenting on the podcast going like, whoever was playing Borb was really funny.
Oh, yeah. They said the characters of Borb and Sid.
Yeah.
I think. Anyway, I'm Sid. And I'm playing Marianne, the nanny and puppeteer, which I don't think has come up at all yet. But maybe it will today.
The puppeteer thing hasn't come up yet, but it is out there now.
It's in my heart.
I think we are going to start today on a shot of the Grand Parade entering the town of Corbin, and some very sharply dressed, like, waitstaff rushing up to the crowd and going, "Yes, we're here to escort the winners of the second Seer's game to their chambers for the night, the Kings of Corbin." And the crowd kind of parts to reveal Tulpa standing in the middle of a crowd, and immediately both of these servants look aghast and go, "By Jove, what is that?"
That is a Tulpa, thank you.
And then kind of from the back, Lily, again on this chair being elevated above the rest of the parade, goes, "He's my friend, be nice." And the 2 servants kind of go, "Oh yes, of course, milady, right this way, Tulpa."
Yep. And remember, I say, be nice. And as I say, be nice, I grow to, like, triple my size. And my arms get elongated. I think my fingernails turn into claws, and, like, I get sharp teeth for a second. Lily says to be nice to me, and then I shrink back down.
Everybody gets a little bit more uncomfortable in this crowd, I think. You're given a wide berth as you're walked towards the hotel, and whispers begin to telephone out from this. I think Larder and Marianne, you hear a lot of like, is that Wait, so if that's a dreamling, how is he, like, out when it's, like, daytime? And another one was like...
He's a demon.
Yeah. Larder.
Don't you be fooled.
Larder spreading whispers around that he's a demon. I think there is also a small percentage of this crowd that is of whatever historic faith Larder is from, too, who are going like, my God, it's as the texts warned of, the creature.
He's gonna eat your livestock and burn your crops and tie your corn in knots. Do not let him out of your sight.
I do have a question. What is Larder's enemy's name?
Oh, Grimble Beerwout? Hold on.
Yes, Grimble Beerwout. Does he also get to go to the hotel? And if so, does he have to share a room with Tulpa? And is there only one bed?
Ooh.
Whoa. Beerwout, did our hands just touch?
My ancestral enemies consort with demons to overthrow me.
No, I believe how it happened was first out of the woods was technically Tulpa, second out of the woods was Grimble, and third out of the woods was Larder.
Oh, I didn't know if he was the one that won the, like... Because there's also you gotta get the biggest creature, and I don't remember who won that.
Yeah. Guy who got biggest creature was a little bit of an off-camera guy, because none of you guys went for it. I think I named him Trevor.
That sounds familiar. Okay, well then, do Trevor and Tulpa have to share a bed?
Well, I thought that Marianne came out of the woods at the same time as Tulpa.
Perhaps. I think Tulpa did definitively come out first because of his little, like, strange magical ailment where he can never leave the proximity of Lily Tillman and therefore was able to kind of instant transmission back to her side through a hole in the ground. So I think Tulpa was definitively first. However, you do also see Trevor with the head of a night hound, which is the name of a very common monster found in many of the woods at night, which is a nightmare, which is like a dreamling, but instead of a creature summoned from another creature's dream, it is a creature summoned from another creature's nightmare. So it's the head of this like big, like direwolf-looking thing on Trevor's back, and he has like a necklace with fangs from various things he's killed, and a little like hunter's like leather tunic. And this Trevor guy is also getting escorted to one of the finest rooms Corbin has to offer alongside Tulpa. So I think the sun sets on Corbin. Everybody gets all settled in for the night. Marianne, I think you and Lily share a room. And Lily is just fucking bouncing off the walls like, oh my God, can you believe it? This is the best day of my life. This is awesome. This is so cool. Does
Lily participate in any of the challenges, or does she just like get to watch them all?
I don't think she has been allowed to participate in any of the challenges. She is kind of almost like a royal spectator to everything that's happened so far.
That's what I figured, so she's just really enjoying getting to watch everything.
Yeah. She's also, I think you're maybe a little upset about this fact, no one has been monitoring the amount of candy this girl has been allowed to eat.
Oh no, she's gonna have a sugar high. She's never gonna go to bed.
So you're having a very hard time getting her to settle down, definitely. I think kind of the first scene I want to start on, and then afterwards, I think if either of you have like end of day scenes you want to run, we can. But the first scene I want to start on is Tulpa. You are escorted to the top floor of the best inn Corbin has to offer, which is, humble. Nothing grandiose, but it's a nice log cabin with a little chimney puffing happily. All of the windows are lit by oil lanterns, and you're taken to the best room this place has to offer. Kind of a big bed with kind of like satin sheets, very pretty velvet curtains. I think satin is what I meant to say instead of Satan.
These sheets burn!
This bed has a built-in kind of seat warmer, which has somehow been invented for this bed specifically in this medieval setting. Kind of a nice fur carpet from something resembling a bear spread out on the floor. Just kind of all the luxuries a medieval hamlet would have to offer to like visiting royalty almost.
Am I alone in this room?
I think you're escorted up and quickly dropped off by someone who goes, yes, have a wonderful night, sir?
Sure.
All right, sweet. If you need anything, just ring the bell and waitstaff will be here in a jiffy.
Oh, okay. I'm allowed to be alone?
Would it make you feel more comfortable if I stayed?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've kind of tried to be alone for, I think, all of my life. And it just hasn't really worked. So it's a little weird. It's just a little different.
May I suggest something here?
Yeah, sure.
I think that probably Lily and Marianne have also been put up in the really nice hotel, but just like one floor down because they were like, well, we have to give that room to that guy because we promised it, but you're really the important one here, Lily, so you can be in like the second. So I think Lily is like one floor below you, so you're not too far from her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're within close enough proximity to Lily that you're not going to be warped out of this place against your will. So it seems like perhaps you could remain here alone, but you see this waitstaff boy who has a little name tag that just reads Tom, goes, if you'd like, sir, I could hold your hand, or I could sing you a song, or I could whatever you're looking for, sir, I can provide.
What songs do you know?
Well, he hands you a little slip of paper, which just seems to be his discography. Yeah, so I really like these two. My father was a sailor, so I have a couple of good shanties down. But also, you know, I pride myself on the Song of Giants that I sing. Whatever you're feeling.
Sure. Let's do the Song of Giants, and then what's this other one underneath it? Espresso. Let's go with that one next.
We're gonna start with the Song of Giants, sir, and then we can move into Espresso. He just starts to like choir boy voice. And before he can really launch into the main chorus of this song, the lantern light in your room begins to flicker a little bit, Tulpa. And it blinks out for a moment, submerging the room into dark.
Oh.
And the boy hitting the high note goes, and the light flickers back on. And everything is the same, and everyone is okay. Except for, there's a seer floating in your room now. Having appeared in the moment of darkness, red robes billowing, even though there is absolutely no wind inside this master bedroom, you see the Seer Providence now hovering with their golden eye helm. And it's kind of a moment of silence as Tom, out of fear, prostrates himself. And then the Seer goes, please, that is unnecessary. I am here to talk to Tulpa, was it?
Yep, that's me.
Could you leave us, Tom? And Tom goes, yes, milady, yes, of course. I'll sing Espresso when I return, my good sir. And he exits the room, closes the door behind her.
Thank you very much.
The Seer looks at you. Do not be alarmed, Tulpa. I will let you have your isolation in but a moment. But me and the Seers are curious as to your nature. You are a befuddling thing. Not a creature that has been seen for some millennia in this kingdom. Are you a dreamling? Or something else?
I don't know. I'm very also concerned and interested in my nature. I've been told I'm a dreamling, but also everybody also says that dreamlings last for like a day. And it's been like a few weeks at this point, which feels longer. I'm told that that's a lot longer than a day.
Yes, traditionally it is. Has anyone explained the concept of your nature to you?
Lily tried to, but sometimes she isn't the best. She said that she thinks that I was like in her head, and then I like found a door, and then I walked through the door, and now I'm not in her head. I'm here.
A surprisingly apt description from a 12-year-old. Yes, you are a dreamling, a creature spawned from another's dream, and a belief so extreme that it managed to pop you into reality, as it were. The thing is, as you've said, you've been around for weeks, and a dreamling normally only lasts a night, the duration of one's dream, until that person wakes and the dreamling is no more. So to see you here is, well, may I? You see a pale hand raises out of her robes. Again, it's eerie how little of the human being you can see on each of the three seers at any given time. You can see, like, mouth, red fabric, golden helm covering the rest of face and head. So whenever a hand extends from the robes, it's kind of it's a bit of a jump scare. And the hand gently raises out of the robes and begins to glow softly. Us seers don't really know how to feel about you being here. It's never happened in any of the previous journeys of the songstresses, and would you mind if I peered into your dream for but a moment?
Sure?
It will only be a second. Painless.
Well, I wasn't worried about it hurting. Now I kind of am.
With a soft smile, the seer extends her hand and just kind of places it gently on your forehead, How to Train Your Dragon style, almost. And we watch your eyes roll back up into the back of your head, your eyelids close, and you enter a trance, a kind of daydreaming, if you will. And in a blink, in a moment, you're back. You're in the forest. A slightly older version of Lily is standing there. But this time, you're standing outside of the scene. You're watching yourself look at Lily Tillman, who is going, Tulpa, I believe in you. Your only chance. And floating above the encounter is Providence. And Providence is just kind of gently observing the dream which spawned you here in a moment. And pensively, just like their mouth, a straight line, just seems to be taking everything in. Off in the distance of the woods here, Tulpa, you hear something else. You are incredibly accustomed to the noises of this dreamscape as you've lived it countless times. And it's just a nearly imperceptible change in the white noise of the environment now that Providence is here. Almost like there's something off in the far distance away from here. Like a distant conversation. What do you do?
I think first thing, I turn around and I try to look for other versions of me and Providence also watching this dream. Because I think Tulpa's convinced that if, it's the same place, so if I ever go back and do this again, I'll have to be there. Surely.
You do not...
Do I see anything?
You do not see any recursive versions of yourself and Providence watching you watching the dream.
Okay, interesting. What's that sound? I try to listen to the strange background sound changing.
In order to pursue this sound, it's going to be a roll. And here are the stakes. Providence seems very tuned into absorbing as much information from your dream as they can. In fact, I think before any of this happens, Providence goes, "Stay close by to me, Tulpa."
Okay, I hear something.
Ignore it, pay it no mind. And then you see that, like, Providence says that to you, turns towards that conversation between the other version of you and Lily. And all of the golden eyes emblazoned on her helm close, as if she's focusing on something. So now that I've properly established the stakes, if you choose to go and pursue that sound, I'm going to have you make some kind of roll to perhaps slip away from here.
Okay. And Providence is really just kind of looking at me and Lily in the dream currently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I first do a little bit of a glance around the scenery to see if there's anything that, like, catches my eye? Because I think Tulpa's memories just say that this is, like, a forest, but also it was kind of weird and dreamy, and, like, the background sort of starts melding together, but now that I'm in this weird third-person view, can I, like, see anything that's interesting?
Yeah. This dreamscape definitely only seems to remain coherent for a certain, like, radius outwards of the dream version of yourself before it melts away into, like, an ethereal white glow, almost. You could also make some kind of check to find clues, if you want to make a roll for that. Like, get some bearing on the actual physical space.
Okay. I think I want to do that, and then I want to also, after that, make a check on listening to the sound.
So this will be a simple contest. Roll 2d6, and if you have any tags you think apply here, pitch them to me.
So I have Dream Reader as part of my Dreamling theme.
Yep, you got the language right.
Nice. So I have Dream Reader, which lets me kind of peer into dreams and understand them a little bit more. I have Dreamling Insight, which is just, I'm a weird little freak and I understand things a little differently. And then I have Destined to Help from Fated Companion, where if I am needed in a plot-relevant moment, maybe Destiny says, yeah, you got it.
Okay. I don't think Destined Helper is applicable here, because this is kind of more of a self-serving curiosity moment.
Yeah.
I think Dreamling Insight works. I think Dream Reader also works for this context, so you can add those two.
Sick. So that is, I roll 2d6, and then I add 2, because I have 2 tags.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 10 total.
Cool. Okay. I think as you begin to explore this environment, you don't have much knowledge, as you were literally born 2 weeks ago. So much of the, like, flora and fauna of this environment isn't too useful to you, but you do see some very specific-looking mushrooms growing on the side of a tree, some very, like, a very specific shade of dark evergreen leaves, and the earth here seems disrupted, as if some kind of, like, earthquake or tremor had run through the ground here. The source of it is perhaps outside the bounds of this small, localized reality. And I think on a 10, you also notice, far out in the forest, the trees begin to change visually a little bit in a way they definitely didn't in your dream originally. You see evergreen trunks begin to look more like pillars of a building, and the canopy roof of evergreen begins to look a little more rocky and architectural.
Okay.
One final thing to note is the conversation, that, like, distant sound of talking definitely seems to be emanating from that transitional space in reality. Providence begins to mutter a little bit under their breath, as if casting some kind of a spell. They're clearly almost done here with what they want to do, and they have told you not to leave this area. So if you choose to go explore that space, consequences on a mixed or failure would likely be distrust from the Seers going forward. What you get on a success, I don't know. There's something happening over there.
Well, I mean, these Seers don't seem that important. I think Tulpa really just cares about Lily trusting him, so I think I'm going to go and try and eavesdrop on whatever is going on in this transition area.
Cool. Make me another roll.
Okay.
And you can add the same 2 tags.
Okay. Let's see. That is an 8 total.
Okay. So I believe that's a mixed success. So here's what happens. As I described earlier, as you move through the woods, a thing that you've never seen before begins to happen, where the trunks of trees begin to slowly, imperceptibly meld into stone pillars, and all of a sudden, the sunlight feels like torchlight. Like the sunlight begins to flicker a little bit, and all of a sudden you're walking through a forest, but also you're walking deeper through the mouth of a building, perhaps. And you find yourself coming up on the end of a very, very long hall. Very grandiose stone hall. At the very end of it, you see 3 large thrones erected, like built into the side of the wall, where you see the 3 seers sitting on them. And standing before them, back turned to you in this hall, is a woman, like 20s or 30s. And I think, as a dreamling with a knack for these kinds of environments, for recognizing a dream when you see them, I think you realize that perhaps when peering into your dreams, it's maybe a two-way street, where it's not the seer necessarily jumping into your dream, it's both of you start dreaming at once, and then the seer kind of couples your train cars together, and the seer walks from their dream to your dream. And you feel that maybe you are treading on the grounds of the seer's dream in this moment. You see the 3 seers, Providence, Dominion, and Justice sitting on their thrones, and before them, a woman clad in black robes, similar to the seers, but not wearing a helm. You see a shattered golden seer helm cast aside on the floor. And you hear a voice yelling, "You call yourselves seers, but all of you are blind. It's like you have your eyes closed constantly. How can you not see how twisted this is? Pull the wool over our eyes. I won't stand for it. I won't stand for it." And the woman turns around, pivots, and begins to run out of the room. And Tulpa, you look upon the face of a very familiar-looking woman. Black hair, blue eyes, and her voice sounds quite melodic as it exits her mouth. As she begins to storm away, you feel the effect of the dream beginning to loop, as your dream kind of looped over and over again. But before you can kind of see what perhaps came earlier in this conversation, you hear from behind you, "That's quite enough, Tulpa." Blackout, and we get a shot of Tulpa coming to consciousness, back inside the master bedroom, completely alone, with the oil lantern blown out.
Seer? Hello? Providence?
Shake it up, down, like and slow. That's that the espresso.
What's that melodic voice I hear in the distance?
Borb, do you not know the words to espresso? We listen to this like every day.
I'm working late with my finger wrapped around.
Tom hiding under the bed humming espresso. "The seer told me to leave, but I didn't, Tulpa. I always put the customer first."
That's dedication, Tom. What the fuck happened to me?
Oh, well, you were just out for a second. You fell asleep and then you woke up.
Where did the seer go?
She said something about business to attend to, and then she disappeared.
Okay. Well, I'll tell Lily about this tomorrow, because I'm afraid that if I leave this room, I won't be able to get back to it.
Do you want me to hold your hand?
It would make me feel a little better, yeah.
Okay. Tom holds your hand. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of asking because I'm also a little scared. That was really scary.
Right? The seers are kind of creepy.
Yeah, I don't say it in front of them because I'm sure they're like, they have our best interests in mind, but just like real crazy vibes off of them sometimes. For she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow, and nobody can deny. And I think we cut away from the bedroom scene. Did either of you two have anything in mind for that night?
Black hole sun, won't you come?
Yeah, Larder Gillhooley singing his chickens to sleep with a nice soothing rendition of Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden.
No, I was thinking that was what Thomas was doing, or whatever that youth's name was. But Larder, I think, Larder attends to his duties as a cockard.
Yeah, you tuck each of your chickens in individually. We have a shot of Marianne finally putting Lily to bed, perhaps after getting out one of her favorite puppets, dancing it around, doing a little puppet show.
Let's go. Puppet show.
All of you fall asleep and wake up the next morning to find...
We wake up to the sound of, 30 roosters.
The sound of 30 roosters cock-a-doodle-doodling overlapped with one another, so it just sounds really, really, really scary.
Yeah. It's, bass boosted.
Yeah. Like one of those, deep-fried sound effects.
Yeah.
We wake up to find something of a fair or a circus seems to have been set up in this town of Corbin. Tall, brightly colored tents have been erected across town, an especially large striped one in the very center of it, and all sorts of booths and farmers market stalls, and carts have been pulled up with local merchants peddling their wares to members of the parade who are passing through. And the smell of, I want to say kettle corn, because I think reasonably we could have gotten there in this time period. The sweet smell of kettle corn kind of floating over the wind.
Pennsylvania mention, let's fucking go.
And the small town of Corbin, not Pennsylvania, it seems that a circus or fair has come to town. And all of you awaken to find the streets are bustling with a really positive energy, and everybody seems to be in high spirits. This is the part of the grand parade that everyone looks forward to, it seems. And flyers are posted, and word gets around that the final game of the Seer is going to be held tonight in the tent at the middle of town, held by Justice the Willful, and it is going to be a competition of magery. Those rare few who possess the talent to go into a trance and cast spells will be assembling in the middle of town to have a contest of skill. And I think as all 17 of the cocks crow and everyone is awoken from bed, I think all you guys reconvene, perhaps outside of the Grand Hotel where Tulpa was staying. And yeah, you're just surrounded by all the wonders of this wonderful fair. What do you guys get up to at first?
So did some of the Seers visit you guys in the morning or the night?
No, not us.
Oh.
I was asleep most of the time.
Oh. Well, one of them visited me. Maybe that's because I won the competition, but then she went into my birth dream, and then I think I went into her birth dream, but she was already there. And I think Lily was there, but she was old, and she seemed pretty upset. And she said that the Seers are lying in some way, and then she stormed out and was really angry. And then the Seer got really angry and then kicked me out of her dream. So, just like another normal night, I guess.
Well, you really shouldn't be snooping through people's memories. I mean, that's just a little rude if you ask me.
Well, it does sound like the Seer was doing that.
Yeah, I figured there was a quid pro quo kind of situation.
That's a big word for you to know, Tulpa.
Well, yeah, you taught it to me yesterday, so I've been trying to use it.
Good job. Very good memory.
Now, Tulpa, you're only a couple of days old, so I don't expect you to know any better, but Marianne, I am disappointed in you. You know 2 wrongs don't make a right. It's like taking 2 lefts. You don't come back around to being right.
You gotta do it 4 times.
You gotta do 3 or 4 lefts for that.
Or I guess it would just be 3. Yeah, 3. 3 lefts make a right.
Look, I don't know too much about geometry, but I'm talking about good old traditional values. You should not be rummaging around in other people's memories. And I don't care if the Seer did it first. That's what it means to have a government. They get to steal your shit and you don't get to steal theirs.
Well, that doesn't seem fair.
In Outer Tobin, we got a saying. The little thief goes to jail and the big thief runs the jail. Because the big thief is the government in this sort of metaphor. And the little thief It's not a great because that's like regular thieves, I think.
What is a jail? We only have execution.
Oh, in Outer Tobin, we've actually moved on to a disciplinary society.
Oh, wow,
where a sort of
beautiful.
substratum of delinquency is applied, not only to those who move in and out of the carceral system, but also those who sort of feed on that
pause.
information.
Sid, you can't make execution is the only form of governmental punishment canon about the sleepy town of Tobin.
I said execution, but I didn't mean it.
It's historically appropriate.
That's what I was like, well, jails weren't invented until pretty late, so for a while they were just
you don't
getting rid of
maybe if
people.
if somebody steals something small, they just chop off their hands or something, you know? It's
yeah.
something
Not
small,
full execution.
Yeah, but
Reed, I know for a fact that all of our listeners have read Discipline and Punish, and all of them are up to date on the history of the prison.
that was hilarious, but gotta retcon, gotta jump in. Not canon. Everyone in Tobin is happy. The fields of Limbus are all of the good parts of living in medieval times and none of the bad parts.
So we don't have jail either. So I was right. What is a jail?
Very few people in Tobin are criminals.
Why do you have jail in Outer Tobin?
Well, Outer Tobin's lawless. They have a jail out there.
But if they're lawless, why do they have a jail? If there's no laws, they have to follow.
Anybody can throw anyone in jail.
Oh, now we're talking.
My world building crumbling through my fingers like ash, like sand.
No, we just settle things the old-fashioned way. If you don't like somebody, you get everybody who agrees with you, and they get everybody who agrees with them, and you fight. And the winner takes the other guys, women and children.
Wow, that seems really. That seems incredibly extreme.
What do we want to do at this whimsical fair?
There used to be like 30 different languages in Outer Tobin, but over the years, micro clans are erased from the face of the earth.
It's Studio Ghibli movie. It's like a nice, peaceful field where everyone's happy.
It's a Studio Ghibli movie, but this is Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind.
No, it's not Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind. It's not that one, though. Oh, it's one of the good ones where everyone's peaceful and it's rustic and it's like everyone's a tight-knit community. And kettle corn, you smell kettle corn on the wind, and everyone is busily bustling around. It seems like the main event is going to be happening towards sundown today, as many of the events happen around sun up or sundown. And just kind of looking around, you see like little various wagons selling kettle corn and merchants peddling wares, and you see signs for various like fortune tellers. You see a sign that reads Lombo's fortune telling. You hear another person yelling, hacky sack race starting in 5. You hear another, come one, come all to see the magnificent Poggart juggle 12 knives. And you see a big sign for Terra, the beast whisperer, and people bringing various cattle up to a tent. And just kind of a lot of various little mystical fairground happenings. This is another quick period of downtime, I think, before we move into the final game tonight. But if any of the various fairground things sounded appealing, which one do you go to? And if none of those sounded appealing, where do you go to instead?
I would like to take Lily to the hacky sack races.
Incredible. Yeah, you and Lily pull up to the hacky sack race. I think it might be potato sack race and not hacky sack race. You know?
Yeah, that makes much. I was like, what the fuck is this about to be?
Really, yeah. So I got really rattled by the executions in Inner Tobin, and I just kind of forgot what sack we were talking
No,
about.
I like the idea of a hacky sack race, though.
Yeah, sure. You pull up to the hacky sack race, which is a sport event where you and a partner have to cross a set amount of distance while also kicking a hacky sack back and forth between you.
Challenging.
And you see someone in a little like straw hat with a little cane standing on a little milk carton going, the winner of this next hacky sack race gets to walk away with the treasured, the revered, the highly sought after silver hacky sack. And then takes a little blanket off of a thing, and you see a hacky sack that is woven with incredibly fine material.
Ooh. Is it woven out of silver?
It's actually, looking a little bit closer at it, it's unclear whether or not this is a hacky sack with some kind of pigment or paint on it, or whether or not the fabric is actually of a very rich, fine material.
Awesome.
But a lot of the kids go, "Whoa!" Like, a lot of the children are very blown away.
Is it like a kids race, or is it like they've brought in professional hacky sackers to, and we're all going to be like watching them?
It seems mostly targeted at children. There does seem to be an adults bracket as well, where some very professional, hardened-looking hacky sackers are standing off to the side doing warm-up stretches.
Oh, yeah.
They all have the short little gray goatees or like the soul patches, and then they have like the beanies and the like aviators on.
Oh, I'm picturing them.
I was gonna say, you know the kind of guy I'm talking about? They have like t-shirts with their favorite like lute players who are still sort of underground. Oh, sorry, this is a hyper-regional form of lute music that is no longer practiced by its original practicers after they were wiped out in one of the Outer Tobin Horrors.
Yeah, you walk up and one of them goes, "First hacky sack race."
Are they asking me or Lily?
They're asking you.
Oh, it's my first time observing one, yes, and I will not be participating, thank you very much.
You can actually learn a lot by watching.
I bet you can't even name 3 hacky sackists of the last decade.
You would be correct, I cannot. Let's go, Lily.
Yeah, I sure showed that potential, friend.
Lily goes, "Oh, I want a hacky sack race."
No, you can. We're just walking away from this man.
Oh, okay. That's all right. I think Lily's gonna roll for her performance in the hacky sack race.
Yeah.
Lily has never played hacky sack in her life.
Yeah, makes sense.
And she doesn't come last, but she comes second to last. And is gravely disappointed as she walks back to you. And she goes, "I'm the songstress. I declare that I actually was first place."
Yep. Yep.
Several of the other children go, no, that's not, wait, no.
You know, I was kind of hoping that her being the songstress would give her some sort of magical hacky sack abilities, but I guess she's just a regular kid other than that.
Yeah, it seems many of her abilities are maybe vocally based. Doesn't seem she's gotten any kind of super soldier hacky sack serum.
Many such cases. She's not a sporty girl.
Yeah, so Lily goes, Ref, I'm the songstress, Ref.
All right, we're leaving the tent. There's just been so much Actually, no, I want to stick around and watch the adult one, so I'm going to console Lily and tell her we'll buy her some kettle corn afterwards. But I do want to see these old-ass guys. And by old-ass, I mean like mid-30s.
Make some kind of roll to console Lily here for me.
Oh, okay. Can I use my songstress's caretaker?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What do I get? Do I roll, 2d6?
Yep, 2d6, and +1 for each relevant tag you think works here. Songstress's caretaker feels like it's explicitly for this.
Yes.
So, and if you've got more, you can throw them at me.
That is 10.
Oh, that's a full success.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so I think you pull Lily close to you, and she's kind of like tearing up a little bit. Like, she's genuinely very disappointed about this.
Oh, I don't know what I say to her, but I say comforting words.
Also, yeah, you pull her close, and you kind of say comforting words to her, and she calms down. And then you look over her shoulder, and you see the most extreme game of hacky sack you've ever watched in your entire life.
Oh, this is what actually is going to cheer her up, I think. I'm going to be like, oh, look, a distraction, Lily.
You hear Bad to the Bone start rolling over the horizon as 8, adult men with gray hair flex their thigh muscles, straining against their jorts as they get into hacky sack formation.
Yes. Look, Lily, if you practice enough, this could be you someday.
I'm gonna go all out just this once. Hacky sack special move, Ultra Blast. Cool. And I think you watch the hacky sack races. Tulpa and Larder, where do you think you two end up?
Tulpa's trying to find as much kettle corn as possible and seeing how much he can eat.
All right, yeah. Roll something for me. We're going to do a standard check for this little day trip.
All right.
Tell me what tags you think work here.
I have learning new things. I'm trying to learn how much food I can fit into my body.
Okay. Yeah, you're trying to find and test your physical limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Shoot.
All right. I've dropped my dice.
All right. Sick.
Ooh, 10.
A full success. Okay. You tell me how much kettle corn you eat. And you, with the context being that you are completely unencumbered and unenlarged by the amount of food you consume.
I think there's a guy and who has like a cart of kettle corn. And I imagine I like ask to buy some. I freak him out because I have gray skin and green hair and am like 2.5 feet tall. And he's probably heard stories about how I'm secretly a demon.
Yeah.
And I think he just runs away, and then I like clean out his cart. I eat like literally every single bag of kettle corn that he is selling. And I go, not full. Then I go and I do that for 2 more carts. And then eventually I stop because I get a piece of kettle corn in my teeth, and I go, well, this is really annoying. I don't know if I want to deal with this again.
Yeah, I think, as we've talked about earlier, dreamlings kind of can operate on laws of physics that they believe should be applied to them in any moment, kind of dream logic. And I think you just eat like 2 times your body weight in kettle corn and just kind of don't understand that that's too much food, and therefore are mostly fine. Because of your total success on this, I'm going to give you a little status, which you see on your character sheet. You'll have little leaves.
Okay.
And because of the amount of sugar you've put in your body, we'll say you can take energized and mark off the first tick there.
Done.
And how tags work, or statuses, is you add them to any rolls you think. They're like temporary tags, basically. They're like tags on your theme, except they're not going to be around forever. Cool, so you're really feeling yourself. I don't think you've hit a sugar high like this yet. You do obey some laws of the physical world that are outside of the cartoon logic, and I think sugar as a chemical is starting to really hit you right now.
Wow, I feel great.
Yeah, after terrifying 3 merchants and really loading up on kettle corn. I think maybe you're just doing that all day. I think maybe that's just what you're doing until the event rolls around. What does Larder get up to?
First, Larder's gonna get a ginger beer or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a punch or a lemonade or something. And he's gonna do the old person thing where he's gonna go up to some random other old person.
Yeah.
And be like, I bet Tara could tame my beast. Yahoo! Sorry. And then Larder's gonna go over to the fortune teller. But before he goes in, he's gonna inquire, what sort of fortune telling is it that she practices? Be it witchcraft? Or be it one of the respected traditions of magic?
The line is very thin and subjective. I think you get the vibe that this is a pretty traditional Tobininian sect of fortune telling, and is perhaps someone who came from Tobin itself. But I mean, like, if you want to roleplay this being Gillhooley deemed witchcraft, knock your socks off. Go ahead.
No, it's good to run into some good old-fashioned homegrown magic. Not any of that Corbinian bullshit. Or the royalist crap they try to teach in the schools now. Man, when I was a boy...
Yeah, the old guy you're standing next to that you just said that thing about Tara the Beast Whisperer to goes, "Hoo boy, let me tell you. I didn't want to send my kids to school, but my wife made me. They're teaching them rotten things in there."
They're spending 8 hours a day. They could be spending gutting fish and hunting and learning real shit. Tell you what.
That's what I'm saying. You can't eat knowledge. You can't eat knowledge. That's what I always say. Can't eat fish, though. Fish innards.
Everything I learned at home.
Yeah.
Now, they did do me dirty in that riddle contest when I repeated something I learned from my close family, and it turned out to be wrong.
I mean...
But that's a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. It's a chance occurrence.
Yeah. Now, no, honestly, I mean, my family taught me everything I know about maths, but, well, if you're looking to hit that fortune teller, all three of you better head on over there and make sure you get there before it closes.
Who?
What?
Me and who?
1, 2...
Is that damn creature still around?
I think I did my maths wrong. This is embarrassing. I have shamed myself.
You're seeing triple, friend.
Yeah, I think Tara whispered at my beast too hard, if you get what I'm saying.
Boy, do I ever.
God, I love being old. Alright, bye.
They don't make them like that no more. Good old salt of the earth. Real individual. Good man. Alright. Can I get my damn fortune told or what in here? It's hot out. I've had a tough couple. I walked around in the forest for like 12 hours yesterday.
Yeah, you walk straight into the tent and say that to the fortune teller, who responds, yes, sir. Step right up. Only a couple copper to see into the future of your fate.
Don't call me sir. That's my dad. You can just call me Mister. Here's the money.
Excellent. Awesome. She takes it. You see a slight-looking elderly woman, white hair pulled back into a bun, sitting on the opposite side of a table with a little crystal ball on it. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, do you have any ambitions, any dreams, things you'd like to know about coming down the line?
Well, I'm on a mission right now, as a matter of fact.
Aren't we all?
I don't know about that, because I didn't used to be, and now I am.
I think we're all on kind of a spiritual mission, and I think I've misinterpreted your deal. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, now I'm curious what kind of mission you're on, because I'm going to the mountain, or the canyon or something, where the dreamer is at.
I'm kind of working through some generational trauma right now. That I think my grandma really messed my mom up. And I think that really hit me in a big way when she raised me, but I don't think it's her fault, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, tell me more. I'm sorry, can you tell me more about that? I've heard about stuff like that.
No, this is about you, though. This is about you and your future, not about my deal.
Well, hey, just know you're your own person at the end of the day.
Her eyes get a little wet. She's like, oh, I'm always asking people about their futures, but no one's ever asking me about my past, and it's really nice to have someone come in and be so empathetic off rip.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get to the mountain, and I don't even know where the damn thing is at. So if you could just tell me if it seems like I'm gonna make it back, or at least there.
Yeah, she goes, yeah, yes, of course, right away. Blink stares out of her eyes. And, Larder, will you give me a roll of some kind? This is going to be 2d6, probably unmodified, because this is going to be more of kind of a luck, or perhaps a fate roll. So unless you think you'd have any tags that would modify something of that nature, roll this flat for me.
I rolled a 10.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Borb, I would like you to take a status called Prophecy, and you can put it at 3. And you can use this tag sometime this or next session and declare that you got a prophecy of that moment from this fortune teller and add +3 to 1 roll.
Cool. It's a one-time use?
It's a one-time use. It's a bit of a Blades flashback where when it happens to you, we're going to flash back to the fortune teller who's going to have warned you of this moment.
I see. So we're looking at a scene that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Larder's taking notes. And so Larder's like, oh, and they're going to come from that direction. Oh, okay. And there's a guy under the floorboards. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, and so if I shoot the chandelier, it'll fall. Okay, I can do that. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And I think when this happens, you see the woman behind the crystal ball, Lombo, this elderly woman, her eyes kind of roll back up into her head as she begins to trance which is an art of magery, which is how a lot of people cast magic in this world, by dipping briefly into a sleep and then dreaming the spell they want to happen. And yeah, so her eyes, she's trancing, she kind of has a hand on your shoulder, and you see some kind of vision. And then afterwards, her eyes stop flickering, and she comes back to and goes, "Whew, well, I hope that serves you good, mister."
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot I had asked you to just call me Mister, and I was waiting for you to say my last name. Alright, well, yeah. You have a good rest of your day, and good luck with your dad or whatever.
It's my mom, and yeah, we're having, I think I'm gonna call her tonight.
No, I'm sorry about your dad having to marry a bitch like that.
I think, honestly, just with the vibe we've set up, I think that really lands with her. I think she's like, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And she gives you a little... I think she goes for a hug, and then she's like, not sure. Like, does this breach client-patient professionality? I don't know.
Yeah, let it out. Alright, now I gotta get going. I gotta feed the chickens,
Right.
Gotta tend the cocks.
Yeah. Starved cock never lays.
You know what? That's what my dad always said to me.
Dad reminds me, are you related to them Gillhooley boys?
I gotta get out of here.
Okay, because I heard something crazy about from Beer Wow earlier. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yep, you have a good rest of your day. I'm just gonna slide right out. I'll see you.
All right, cool. So I think we cut away from there to late this afternoon. I think the rest of you spend the rest of the day doing other kind of insignificant fair activities, watching people juggle knives, having a gay old time, and then we fast forward in time a little montage of fair activity to sundown. The horizon is a peaceful orange, crickets are starting to come out, and the tent in the middle of town is lit up like a beacon. And like moths to a flame, all of the members of the town of Corbin are walking towards and into it. You three have probably grouped up, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So as the three of you walk in, you see Lily sitting on the chair that's been carted around, but she has now been sat kind of in the middle of a raised dais or like a podium in the very, very middle of this tent, and around her is a big circular sand pit, kind of like if a circus was performing and they had like some act happening, there'd be like sand or gravel. And then around the edge of that is like bleachers, like seating set up for members of the crowd to sit down. And Lily, sitting in the middle, is currently spectating various mages and people who are proficient in the different magics of the land of Atlas, walking out kind of into this area surrounding Lily's little throne. And they're all kind of demonstrating what abilities they have as people clap and cheer from the bleachers on the side. Marianne, do you think you're with Lily in the middle, or do you think you're like kind of on the bleachers with a good view of everything that's happening?
Do you think I'd be allowed to be with her?
I think you could have pulled enough strings to get there.
Haha, puppet joke. Yeah, I'm there.
Awesome. So you're by her side. And yeah, you see a couple different faces performing various acts of magery. You see a ginger teen with kind of like a wiry, pale skin.
Ron Weasley?
15, 16-year-old, who seems to be throwing a little tennis ball-shaped ember back and forth between his hands, going, oh, where'd it go? He pulls it out from behind your ear. Oh. He like flips the little fireball between his knuckles like it's a little coin. Oh. You see another woman who seems to have brought an entire horse into the little demonstration area and has her forehead to it and is speaking to the horse.
I can do that. That's not special.
And yeah, I think you've called that out. And she goes, no, but I can understand what the horse is saying. Nobody else can hear it, though, but me.
Okay.
No, ask me a question about the horse. I can answer.
What is the horse's name?
She leans in, whispers, comes back. Jean.
Let's check our sources. Larder. What is the horse's name?
Potatoes with 8 O's.
Don't get the joke I'm trying to make, Borb. I'm so sad. The horse's name was Friday.
Yeah, I don't understand this riddle there, Marianne. I'm just reading it off the sign that's hung up on it.
Oh, it's got a sign.
Don't read that. I can cast magic, I promise. The horse must have lied to me about its name.
Perhaps it's the horse's stage name versus real name.
I think that's gotta be it. I met this horse yesterday, and the horse said that it wanted to go into showbiz with me, but it's been semi-cooperative.
As it happens with horses.
Don't say that around Jean. He'll get irritated.
Wait, okay, do we think Jean is his stage name or his real name?
What was the other one Borb said?
I think it was Potato with 8 O's.
Yeah, Potato with 8 O's is definitely the stage name then.
Yeah.
And then also...
Wait, does the horse speak Tobininian or do you speak horse?
I can understand horse and make the horse understand Tobininian.
It'd be easier if you just made us understand horse.
That's not how it... Look, it's complicated, okay?
No, that actually would be more work, I believe.
It would just be a one-way translation. Oh, well, then if I learned it, I bet you I could speak it.
Well, but in that case, she should just make the horse learn Tobininian, because that is only one thing she has to teach instead of several.
Wait, watch this. Giddy up!
Does the horse do anything?
Nay! Yeah, the horse starts running.
Yeah, see, look at that. Problem solved.
And I think Tara goes, No, fuck, Jean, come back. She starts chasing the horse around the arena.
He's not gonna understand you unless you speak horse.
And while you're having this conversation, some animated broomsticks and a stool that's running around like it's a dog on 4 legs run between your legs.
Ooh.
Larder.
What?
Just some animated house appliances and furniture, a la maybe that one animated short where Mickey Mouse animates all the broomsticks.
Fantasia.
I've been tackled by a damn milking stool.
They're just kind of scurrying around between your legs right now.
Now, why would you want stuff to not be where you put it? That's what I want to know. What kind of magic is this? This bitch speaks horse. This is somebody else made my shit run around. Man, I should have never left Tobin.
Yeah. And then I think, Tulpa, you're approached a couple different times during this competition where people awestruck go, Oh, and what talented mage has summoned you to our great fairground, creature?
Her. And I point to Lily.
Oh, wow. A girl who has such a powerful grip on conjuration. Incredible.
Well, she's the songstress.
Well, it makes only so much sense. She would be infinitely talented. Get a little flustered. And yeah, people just kind of keep walking up to you, assuming you're a spell with a concentration or a duration that's happening right now.
They ask me a bunch of questions about when I'm gonna disappear, and I get really existential about it. I'm like, I don't know. Am I gonna disappear? Is it gonna happen soon?
You only have 5 hit points if you're a familiar, and if you're an elemental, you'll only be around for 10 minutes.
It's been 2 weeks. What?
As the night rolls on, kind of all the different mages get solo acts. You see the ginger boy who's tossing the nickel-sized fireball around. Seems to be named Archie, which is maybe short for something, but he absolutely refuses to give up what it's short for.
No, it's short for Archie Riverdale.
Archie Burt.
You see the woman talking to the horse is Tara, the Beast Whisperer, and you also see an elderly, very witchy-looking woman, honestly, who's animated all of the stools and kind of cleaning appliances. It goes by the name of Jenna Ulrich. All of them kind of get solo acts doing their little thing, and the crowd roars and claps as cool magical feats happen. I think Marianne is a little caught up in all of it, given that she's in the center. I think Tulpa, perhaps you are currently being swamped with various people ogling you for the magical specimen you are. But I think Larder Gillhooley has enough of a shrewd eye to notice that One of the Seers seems to be very off-put right now. All three Seers are hovering above one end of the bleachers, surveying the magic. But Providence, the Seer that Tulpa was speaking with earlier, Providence the Wise, is jerking their helm back and forth, kind of wildly, like looking around, muttering to themselves.
Hey, Marianne.
Yes?
Now, wait, just to geographically establish where everybody's at. If Marianne is in the center of the arena where the magic is happening, Larder, are you also there, or are you in, like, the bleachers?
I'm in the bleachers trying to get her attention.
Oh, then Marianne does not say yes. She does not hear you.
Fuck. I think one of the things that Larder has begun doing is...
I'm sorry. Borb just appeared at the bottom of his camera with his little blanket over his head. It got me.
Larder's been selling chicken so that when we leave town, he can buy a bunch of feed. And I think Larder's gonna meander through the stands like a hot dog seller, selling eggs and chicken and stuff.
Awesome.
And try to get closer to Providence and just kind of see if I can see something that's going on.
Yeah, so are you selling like whole live chickens or like chicken strips or like kind of what's happening there?
It's mostly dried chicken.
Cool.
Chicken jerky. I'm selling offal by the box. Feather products, eggs, chicken feet, pickled chicken.
Yeah, you're walking through the stands selling pickled chicken, dried chicken, chicken feet, eggs, as you work your way closer to Providence.
Chick coin.
We see a scene of two people having a conversation with themselves in the bleachers. One of them goes, "Fuck, man, I'd absolutely kill for an egg right now." And the other one goes, "I don't know, man. That feels like kind of a really specific craving. I don't know if you're gonna wanna..."
Cock. Cock for sale.
Oh my god.
You boys want some cock?
Does it...
Y'all could split one. Get a whole cock for y'all to split.
Are you selling eggs too, good sir?
Yeah, I got eggs.
My wish has been granted. I'll buy an egg. How much are the eggs?
1 pence.
He flips you a pence and takes the egg, begins to gnaw on it. And now you are close enough to Providence, where you're able to kind of get a better perspective on what's happening. And you hear Providence mumbling, "No, not yet, not so soon. Not projected for... No, not right. Must be wrong. No. It's coming. It's happening. Oh dear. Fellow Seers, and I think right as Providence begins to speak up, it is Archie's time to do his big act in front of the crowd. And he goes, "Check this out. You ain't never seen a hot shot like me before. Yow!" And then he takes his nickel-sized fireball and he flips it up into the air. And it bursts into like a little firework localized inside of the tent. And all of you at once feel the ground begin to rumble and move just a little bit. It's like you're standing on, perhaps to use a sleeping analogy for the game about dreaming, it's like you're standing on the mattress of like a giant, and the giant is rolling over in its sleep, and the earth and the ground beneath you is just beginning to bend and move and creak a little bit. And you hear just a distant rumbling and an echoing thunderous snore from off over the horizon.
He's so sleepy.
We cut to kind of a wide shot outside the tent, and we see kind of the orange sky illuminated by the sunset, and the like violet, like indigo surrounding, like fading into night sky. For just a second, blinks completely black. Like you're standing on the iris of a god who's just like blinking his eyes really quick, and everything in the sky is just briefly extinguished and then relit. And as Archie flips his little coin into the air and is meant to explode into just kind of a tiny little trivial firework to be just a little display. It explodes into a much bigger pillar of fire. And you see Archie goes, "You ain't never seen a hot shot like this before." As kind of just a huge like D&D fireball explosion rocks up. You see Jenna Ulrich over in the corner animating her brooms and stools and wash buckets, falls over and slumps onto the floor, passing out, and everything around her in about a 30-foot radius animates into an animated object. So you see, like, bleachers spring to life like horses and begin, like, running around, neighing and galloping to the absolute horror of people sitting on them. You see the Beast Whisperer talking to the horse, passes out completely, and the horse goes, "You can hear me. You can finally hear me. My name is Jean." As it seems like whatever speak to animal spell they were casting is amplified times 1,000, and this horse is given the permanent power of speech. All three of the seers begin to jitter, like they're having some kind of small stroke, or just like you see like pale hands coming out of robes and shaking slightly, as all of the magic in this place seemingly begins to go haywire. The final thing that all of you see before I turn the ball over to you is that immediately after being animated, all of these animated bleachers and chairs and stools and brooms, and you even see some like really weird items that have been animated. Like you see a bucket of kettle corn that seems to have turned into like a kettle corn ooze, just like scooching around on the floor. All of these animated objects immediately rush towards Lily, and pick up the little seat that she's sitting on, the palanquin that's being carried around. And one of them, squeaking with the sound of like a rusty door hinge, seems to be shouting orders to the others. And these animated objects begin to pick up Lily and carry her off. just a tidal wave of random bullshit animated items.
No!
And the tent above you is completely on fire. The entire interior of this tent has been lit aflame, and the fire is spreading down from the roof out to the surrounding perimeter, but has not reached it yet. And with that, as Lily is carted away, I think that is where we're going to end this episode of Valley of the Dreamer on Tabletop TV.
Ooh,
Nice.
Getting spooky for spooky season.
Ooh.